Decarbonization requires solutions now. We're continuing our discussion here based on this article that we read out of Power Magazine about the benefits of going to small modular reactors to improve our base load power generating capacity in our nation, because all the electric vehicles that are coming in that need to be plugged in somewhere are going to need to be powered by something. Maybe you'll be able to do it with renewables, but most likely you will need something as consistent as nuclear. You could go with coal, but that's not carbon neutral, obviously, or any of the other fossil fuels. So let's continue here where we're continuing to read on about TVA down in Tennessee, the Tennessee Valley Authority, and what they're doing to improve their base load power generating capacity. You can check out our other videos that we did prior to this that go through the other preliminaries to this. This will be a continuation of those. But we continue to read here, TVA's decarbonization ambitions are a primary impetus for the new nuclear program, according to Lee Ash, the director down there. He says, our aspiration is to reach net zero by 2050, but turning that aspiration into execution. To drive that 80% reduction to net zero requires honest, clear-eyed thinking and teamwork and a strong commitment. Goes on to say, but the challenge is not merely driving out the last 20% of carbon emissions from the current system. 20%, that's pretty good actually in TVA. Of course, they do have a couple of nuclear power generating plants currently that are running, so that makes sense that they're only down to 20% total on their carbon footprint or their carbon usage. So he goes on to say it potentially involves up to a doubling of electricity production as society uses clean energy to decarbonize the broader economy through technologies like electric transportation, EVs, which we all love, obviously. I'm talking about them here today, so maybe don't rush to put in any comments about how we're EV haters here on Driving at Home, because we're not. But feel free to share any comments you'd like at any time. We will not squelch your freedom of expression here. They're going through technologies like electric transportation, which we can see gaining momentum every day, he said. Currently, TVA operates 3 nuclear plants. Correction, I said 2, there's 3. The 3-unit, 3.3 gigawatt Browns Ferry plant in Alabama, the 2-unit, 2.3 gigawatt Sequoia plant in Tennessee, and the 2-unit, 2.3 gigawatt Watts Bar plant in Tennessee. All of its units were placed in service between 1974 and 1982, except Watts Bar, which came online in 1996 and 2016. There's 2 units there, came online different times. Sequoia 1 is licensed through 2040 and Unit 2 through 2041. Watts Bar 1 is licensed through 2035. Browns Ferry is its oldest nuclear plant, already has renewed 20-year Nuclear Regulatory Commission licenses that will allow the units to operate from 2033 to 2036. In 2019, TVA also wrapped up a $475 million extended power uprate at Browns Ferry to boost the plant's output by 465 megawatts. But while upgrades have been pivotal in boosting TVA's nuclear share to 44% of its total generation output, TVA says the utility has been running them longer. It says, we just had a great deal of operational success with our nuclear units. They are our largest source of carbon-free power, and they are a leading source of base load 24/7 power. And that's what we've been talking about. Clean, consistent, 24/7 base load power. Today the sun's shining here, but at night it doesn't shine. So your clean, renewable solar has its limits, as well as wind, as well as what? Other forms of renewable. You can share your favorite renewable in the comments. Tell us why you like it. These comments were provided by Hobson. He says, for TVA, reliable and economic new nuclear generation is another key part of our aspiration to achieve net zero by 2050. And we believe now new nuclear technology will have a material impact on the carbon reduction efforts across the nation, Liash said on Thursday when they were doing this article in Power magazine. He says, we cannot meet the energy needs of tomorrow by just making small changes in our power system today. Nor can we fail to develop any of the potential pathways to success, such as renewables, long-duration storage, low-carbon fuels, carbon capture, and the expansion of nuclear power generation. We must begin to work towards solutions now at a programmatic level. During his presidential address at the board meeting, Liash revealed that the new program stems from TVA's board-approved strategic intent and guiding principles document. We may go through that here in a future video, but stay tuned. This is a document that highlights technologies TVA will pursue as it sets out to meet its long-term decarbonization strategy. The board's vote during the meeting ratified approval of a related, disciplined, programmatic approach for the development of new nuclear technology and its potential deployment, beginning at Clinch River, he noted. Clinch River is where they're going to actually create a whole new installation for nuclear based on small modular reactors. Again, check out our prior video where we cover that. So, this all continues to say and give us an idea of what the future holds for reliable base load power generation. Because you can have all the electric vehicles you want and bring them all in. Let's have everybody go to electric who wants to go to electric. Let's not force them. Like we said in our prior video where it said not everybody can go to electric all at once. Or do they need to? No, not really. But we do need to think about how to get zero carbon sources of base load power generating capacity, and that is going to be nuclear. If you don't agree with me, leave it in the comments, tell me where I'm wrong. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. If this helped you, give me a thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe and then check out our other videos here on Driving It Home.